Defiance and attitude of 5-year-olds. So we call 0 to 6 the acid trip years, where you're just basically taking care of a tiny drunk human. Very little understanding of what they should be doing, and a lot of understanding of all the things they shouldn't be doing, because that's what they're going full speed into. But one of the things that we should realize with parenting, and really honestly, it started for me when I was pregnant, because I was thinking, they're literally sharing a body with me, but they're thinking about different things, and I don't know what they're thinking about. Like the first time I found out that babies in utero can cry was like mind-boggling to me. Because I'm like walking around, la la la, look at my big belly. And in reality, my baby's crying and I don't even know. Like, what a jerk. Not that I could do anything about it anyway. But that fact always reminds me that our children are not ours. They are just people to be stewarded for a season of life until we can launch them into adulthood. Our children are not extensions of us. Our children are not property of us. They are assets. I will use that term that they are assets, because assets is basically like saying that they are a valuable resource that you steward for a period of time. Not assets in like a business sense, but more in just a personal sense. This is something that you are entrusted that has so much value, and you need to take care of it until they launch on their own. However, they suck at realizing that we're stewarding them for a period of time and eventually to launch them. Like, ultimately, we're the buzzkill of the acid trip years, like instilling responsibility and respect into them. And they want nothing to do with responsibility or respect. And I think something we need to think about is, as they are supposed to slowly take over ownership on themselves, that starts from a very young age. They understand that they are not a portion of us. They are a part of the family. They do have responsibilities here. However, their goal is not to be here forever. Their goal is to be somewhere else eventually, doing what they were called to do. And so these defiance things, attitude things, not listening, some of that is them realizing that they are their own person, understanding their own autonomy. Even if it doesn't make sense, like really stupid things. Like, I don't use that fork, I use this fork. But there is also defiance and attitude and not listening because they're lacking relationship with you. See, just because they're supposed to grow apart from us doesn't mean that they don't have a relationship. They're two different things. Relationship is what we have with our children for the rest of their lives if we do a good job. But stewardship is what eventually fades away. So evaluate the circumstance. Let's just say it's something that seems so silly to us, like them wanting to drink out of the blue cup instead of the yellow cup. That seems silly to us, but to them, that's something they can own. That's something that they can govern themselves, and it makes them feel like they're making a choice. I see no harm in accommodating that. It makes them feel like they have autonomy in that. However, the more defiant things like tantrums, screaming and yelling, the more over-the-top things that aren't directly caused by like overstimulation or lack of sleep. A lot of times those behaviors are coming out of lack of relationship, but you cannot build relationship in the moment where they're having a tantrum. Relationship is built outside of hot zones, because ultimately they want to know that you're on their team and that they're on your team. If they can't get connection through relationship in good times, they are going to get connection through misbehavior because they just want that connection. So I would work on connection with them.